Look, you plan your meetings, you plan your interviews, you schedule and even hang out with your friends. And also, you plan your dates. What about plan your crash outs? Yes, I mean it. Plan your crash outs. Because if you don't choose when you break down, your body will choose it for you. And oftentimes, it will almost always be at the worst time possible. And today I want to share with you one of the most effective way of handling your emotions, scheduling your crash outs. Let me ask you this. How many times have you held your emotions, either at public, either when you're driving to work or you're having a normal conversation with someone, and all of a sudden you felt an influx of emotions that you cannot explain, and all you want to do, all your body wants to do is to let out, is to release that energy. But most oftentimes, you don't know how to let it out. You think the environment or the space you're in or the people that you're with is not appropriate. Yet, most of us will just power through the day, pretending like nothing happened, that we forget to give ourselves permission to feel the things that we're naturally supposed to feel. And there are times when you don't allow these emotions to emerge, that it will find a time and space for it to release, regardless you like it or not. I started doing this weird scheduling my crash out thing roughly 2.5 years ago. Whenever I feel overwhelmed in public, at work, or even mid-conversation, I will stop, take an unnoticeable deep breath, and think, this is not the time, this is not the space to fall apart. I will deal with this emotion later, but right here, right now, it's not the most appropriate time. And then what I'll literally do is, I'll get my phone, I will put in calendar and schedule a crash out session. I will literally call it crash out at 6 p.m. in my room. Sometimes I will just sit and do nothing for half an hour or 15 minutes. Sometimes I will cry for probably 2 minutes, and sometimes I will laugh for 2 minutes. It depends on how I literally feel. It sounds kind of weird, even a little bit cringy, isn't it? Let me ask you, do you want your emotions to take control over your actions and behaviors? Or you can flip the table and actually regulate your emotions so that you're so emotionally in tune and so emotionally aware that you know how to manage it. I want you to think of your emotions and your nervous system like a pressure cooker. The more pressure it is in a pressure cooker, the more likely it is to explode, literally explode. However, what most people, including myself back in the days, didn't realize is we have the control over the valve of the pressure. Sometimes when we feel the pressure is building up a little bit, we can actually gain control over the valve and release it. And that's what scheduling your crash out does. You're releasing the valve a little bit in a controllable environment and a controllable and safe space. And the longer you delay the release, the more likely it is to blow up in an uncontrollable scale. Scheduling your crash out is equivalent to releasing the valve before it explodes. This is what I call emotional maintenance, not weakness, but maintenance. This is a 3-step that I recommend. First of all, you want to be aware of your emotions. When you feel something is building up and is wanting to come out, you want to be aware of it and actually talk to yourself. Tell yourself, this is not the right time and the right space for me to feel this. I will deal with these emotions later. And second, I literally want you to pull out your phone, go to calendar and schedule a crash out time. Schedule a crash out period. Block off 15 to 30 minutes of your day and say, I'm going to crash out during this time. And the third step is I want you to show up for yourself. I want you to sit there at the agreed time, scheduled time, and ask your body, what are you trying to tell me? What emotions am I going to release today? What can I do for my body so that I won't feel stressed? And again, sometimes you will cry, sometimes you will sit there and feel nothing, but you are listening to your body. You're connecting your mind and your body together, which is also called as mind-body connection. So this isn't cringe. This is actually a form of mindfulness. It's the same way athletes take their time to rest. It's the same when artists plan some alone times for them to feel inspired. You're not weak for needing time to fall apart. You're actually wise for making space to heal. So next time when life feels a little bit uneasy, pause, breathe, schedule a time, and experience it fully. I can almost promise you that over time, the more you practice this scheduling your crash out, you will crash out less. You will know how you feel. You will recover faster, and you will feel way more in control of yourself.